Going on, guys? It's your boy, Chef Boy Lee. Today we're cooking ribs.
Today we are doing two different cuts of the same cut of ribs. One is the St. Louis style, which is the thinner ones on top, and the bottom ones, which I'm working on now, are just a full butcher's cut. So I'm prepping for these. I'm just going to cut off anything. Honestly, it doesn't look nice to eat. Random layers of fat. That little flap I'm working on right there. I'm also going to be demembraning the back of the ribs. Those tend not to break down while cooking, and it just makes it for a chewy, it's not pleasant thing to do or to eat on. So make short work of this. Just get a butter knife and try to get under that thin layer of silver skin. And if you're lucky, hopefully there's no scratches behind left over from the butcher. Once you get a good flap on there, just get a paper towel, rip it off in one swipe. And if not, well, you're going to have to work a little harder. Paper towel allows you to grab or get more grip. And you'll see in a second, I get one good pull and pull everything off. Yeah, like I said, none of this is good. Doesn't render down. Just ends up being chewy after. No one wants to be eating ribs like bubblegum. So that's enough for the backside. I'm going to trim a little bit off. Now onto the St. Louis cut. This is already trimmed for me. Now I'm just going to look around on things that I don't want to chew on either. Like that back flap, and also going to demembrane this. A sharp knife makes easy work. Found that out the hard way. I was able to get lucky and get all that pulled off on one rib. And we'll move over to season the ribs once I final cut this. I'm just using mustard. There's no particular mustard. I'm just using this to hold on or to allow the seasoning to tack on. No mustard taste stays on there. It all burns off by the time it comes to eat. So I'm not really a fan of mustard, but that's what I tend to use. This seasoning I made just a normal barbecue seasoning, paprika, salt, pepper, garlic. Just mix it all, and I put it in a pepper shaker just so I could dispense it. But you don't have to use mustard. You could use oil, butter. Honestly, sometimes you could use it without anything. Just allows the seasoning to tack on a little better. You want to get good coverage, both ends. And try not to make a mess, which is usually kind of hard when you're using this much seasoning. Today I'm using my Traeger pellet smoker, running hickory pellets. We are going to set this grill to around 275. You could do this on any type of grill. Just make sure you offset it so it's not direct heat. I allow these ribs to set for about 20 minutes to allow the seasoning to tack up.
Smoker just got to 275. Now time to put the ribs on. So these ribs have been on about 35-40 minutes. Gonna check them out, see if they need to be sprayed down by some water, and continue cooking. As you can see, they're starting to darken up a little bit. Little patches here and there. It's gonna spray them down with some water. Alright, it's been about an hour, 17 minutes. Time to spray it for a second time. This time, got some apple juice, diluted it with a little bit of water. Time to spray. Gonna let these go for another 30 minutes. Gonna let them get as much color as they can within 2 hours. Gonna wrap them up and let them tenderize with some butter, brown sugar, and some other fixings. See you then. Alright, so at this point it's been 2 hours. We're gonna take out the ribs and get them wrapped up. So these bad boys look done, but they need to tenderize. So that's where these foil packs come into play. Starting off, some of this, some vegetable oil spread. I'm using 2 sheets of heavy duty foil. So we're gonna go oil spread, some honey, a little bit of the same seasoning we used at the beginning, and some brown sugar. You stay there. Chill with this. Just a handful of brown sugar. We'll go meat side down. We're gonna add the same to the back. Come on. Wrap it. Using 2 sheets in case the bones decide to poke out. And rip through this. It's gonna kind of steam it. And give us that tenderness we need. Go straight back on the grill. Meat side down.
So right here we did the exact same thing with the St. Louis cut style. Just my camera decided to die before I completely wrapped them up. But after this, pretty much put them back in the smoker and let them go for about another hour. Or I checked them about an hour to see where we're at from there.
One way to tell the ribs are ready. You got a nice bend. May need to go a little more. Ooh. But we'll temp them just to see. I'm wearing glove, but the cotton glove underneath, so I don't really burn myself. I'm gonna take a quick temperature to see if we got everything a little longer. That instant probe will tell me how it is. Let's see where we're at. 203. Check these little guys out. Big one's done, which means the little ones probably should be done. Ooh, look at that steam. I'm gonna take out these ribs. Leave the bigger rack. Let it chill on its own. Let it rest. Let that meat absorb back all the juice. And take the smaller one out. I'll give it about a good 5-10 minutes. Baste it with some hot sauce, or with some barbecue sauce, sorry. Bring it back and let it just tack up a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna let the bigger rack settle. I take the small rack, move it to the baking sheet. Gonna let this bad boy drain out for a little bit. Take it, put it on this thing. Oh, there you go. Pull this down. Got my little brush here. I got want to get a nice thin layer on, nothing too crazy. Let's make sure everything tacks up. Come back about 10 to 15 minutes, 5 to 10, depending on how this goes. Let's go. Brought in the glazed ribs. Gonna let them chill out for a bit. Meanwhile, we undo the full uncut wrap. Look at these bad boys. Burn myself. I have to make a mess. I'm making a mess. With the dry rub. Let's get a little more texture. Easiest way to cut these, flip them around, you'll see where the ribs come. Got that bad boy. See the juice is coming out. Alright. Copy just came out. So I cut these up. Oh, cut the bone up. Come on. Now that. Come on. This is a good rib. There you go. Hope these tips helped you out. Thank you guys for joining me today. I go by the name of Chef Boyer Lee. It's time to eat. Until next time. Clean bone. Later, guys.